Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing tonight? How many people are sick today? All right. Hi, everyone. So, 9 p.m. As I hope everyone have had their dinner. I hope everyone is feeling good. I hope everyone is feeling upbeat. Today is the 8th day of us being in lockdown. So, I don't know about you guys, but for me, this has been much more of a stretch than the previous two. But that's why we are here. That's why the regional team and myself are here. We want to cheer you guys up, motivate you guys up, trying to give everyone here who joins motivation, purpose in what they're doing in their real estate career. Yeah. Um, so I will. So today's topic is about 6 personal perspective, making commitment to the 80-20 rule. Oh wait, I'm reading the comments. Where's your nice bookshelf earlier? It's fake. This is the real one. I'm very original. So my not enough books in my real one. Yeah. So for those who do not know me personally or professionally, my name is Amirul Feisal. In real estate, some people call me Faisal, some people call me Amirul. I'm from MC3, Puchong. I've been in real estate for since 2011, if I'm not mistaken, based on my first rent tag that I still have. So that would mean this is my 10th year doing real estate. So congratulations to myself and myself. Um, since it's my 10th year, and actually my anniversary is like my anniversary, my decade in real estate is like another couple of weeks like that. I would like to thank people who helped me to get me here. I can see my boss here chilling, Mr. Edmund Chua. So thank you, boss. Thank you for supporting me and being here. Um, right, and if it's a fortunate thing, if like for myself to have a good teacher like him. So if I would recommend all of you, if you want to make it far in real estate, have a good teacher, have a good role model. People like him don't come around easily. So those words of wisdom will carry you very, very far in your business life and personal life, hopefully. So, all right. Now I want to start by asking you all. You guys can, I mean, back to what I say. I like my sessions to be light. I like my sessions to be funny, and I like my sessions to have communication. So, any questions you have, don't worry if it looks. Don't worry about your question. Don't worry if it looks ridiculous or you can't type right, whatever. I will happily answer all of them. Any criticism is welcome. I have no issue with that. I enjoy honesty. If people that knows me, you can ask those people around you. I love people who are very honest with me. So at least I know what I can expect from them. All right. So 6 personal perspective. How many? I I wanna say how many of you here have heard about it. But let me just assume none of you gonna reply me lah. So I hope the ones that has been with Keller Williams Redfield for the last 1 year at least or 6 months knows what is 6 personal perspective is. In Keller Williams world, their universe, there's a lot of theory, or what I want to say more like there's a lot of theories that throughout years and analysis and observation, Gary Keller and the team in Keller Williams have come up with things like GPS, 411s, the Y42 TCS. I forgot. I really have. I'm very sorry. But all those things. So six personal perspective is one of the key things that is being taught in Keller Williams. And there are some skeptics, and I'll be very honest, I was one of them in the beginning. Why it's so popular or why it's so highly preached is because it works. All right. So now I hope after today's session, all of you can understand the 80-20 rule. Why does it matter? And what can you do to get it right? So again, any questions, just ask me. Regional support will highlight your questions to me. Don't worry, there's no, I like, you can ask me about anything, literally anything. Okay, and I mean anything. So all right, let's do this. Let's do this. All right. So six personal perspective, making commitment to the 80-20 rule. All right. So this is how I feel on most days. I always feel like I have too many things to do, but I'm not doing anything about it. And I think what I'm feeling can be shared by most of us here. We always think that we are free when we're not, or we're not free when we are. So how is this 80-20 rule that I'll be like sharing with all of you today is designed to help us in tackling those mindset in a sense. Of course, everything starts with your mentality. You have to want to do this. You have to have the desire to be better, to improve. If you have no desire, then there's no way this can help you. But the best part is, and this is the coolest thing ever, the fact that you're here today, tonight, it already shows to the rest of us that you are very interested in getting this theory in your book. All right. Now, yeah, so this is basically our general life, how to focus in the age of distraction. We have a lot of things going on in our life, our work, our personal life, our hobbies, and those things, once you break it down, your work, personal life, and etc., there's other sub things coming down on it. So the 80-20 rule is designed by this one guy, which I will explain later, in order to help you prioritize of what kind of activity that will generate the most for your life. And this applies to everything, work and business. All right, this is a caution that I want to share. This is not a fun topic. All right, it's dry, but I will make it my best to make it interesting. I will do my best to make it interesting, to be funny. It does not help if I don't have any questions, of course. If you find it boring, just type there boring. I have no issue. All right, what is that differentiate those who achieve at the highest level from those who don't seem to accomplish too much? Take your time. Take 10 seconds. Think of the answer. What do you see? This is like a small exercise for you to do now, lah. If you want to just get 10 seconds. What do you think those people who achieve highest level have? And I hope by the end of this, that answer that you have, it's like a magic trick, lah. They will be the same as what this session was gonna be. All right, I hope it makes sense. Okay, 6 personal perspective. Let's start with what is 6 personal perspective first. So these are the 6: self-mastery, 80-20, E2P, learning base, removing limiting belief, and be accountable. Now, previously, during the previous training, in the previous MCO in another life, we've actually tackled all these things individually, or we've tackled them in a group, but we've explained all these 6 in detail. But for today's session, we're going to focus on the 80-20, because that is the biggest chunk of it in MRA book and the One Thing book and all these books. This is one of the things that they cannot stop sharing enough. It's one of the things that differentiates between the achievers and the non-achievers. Of course, everyone have the chance to be better, to improve. So let's go through this. So what's the 6 personal perspective? Yeah. So take 20 seconds. Answer that question. What 3 things would you like to accomplish in your life? All right, take 20 seconds. Ask yourself, what's your goal? What are you doing with your goal? If you don't have the 20 seconds, take a screenshot of this, and then you can after this session tonight, before you sleep, you can ask yourself this question. So but you have, first of all, you have to write down what 3 things you like to accomplish in your life. It can be anything, so don't limit yourself. Remember, one of the 6 personal perspective is do not limit yourself. Do not set a limiting belief. Don't think that you can't do something. Trust me, I've done this for a while, and a lot of people have told me I can't do anything or something. It's very satisfactory to prove them wrong. All right. So this is one of my first breaks before we divulge into the heavy topic of the 80-20. So I hope some of you now have your first aha, in the sense that you have written down a goal or something that you want to achieve by end of the year or by end of next year because of COVID, whatever. But I hope the ones who serious enough, the ones who care enough of what this means to them, what this profession means to them, have got that aha with them right now. It's up to you to share. It doesn't matter to me, but it matters if you guys have it. Okay. So this is some of the excerpt from the MRA book. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. More results, fewer activities. That's the key here. That's the goal. High achievers always have a focus, and they use the 80-20 principle as a method of their focus. Right. So if you want to be a high achiever, please use the 80-20 principle. And if you want to be easy, you want to live your life easy, you want to have fewer activities, but you want to have the biggest result. So this is where the 80-20 principle comes around. Now, if I cannot sell you on the idea of working less, earning more, then I'm not that good of a salesman. But what I'm trying to tell you is, by end of this, you will understand why you can work less and earn more. No trick, nothing. This is not like, those MLM nonsense, none. This is for real. Right, let's learn what 80-20 is. So I will just breeze through what this is this guy from Italy. He did a study and he found out that 80% of his harvest comes from 20% of his plant. So if we can translate that in the business world, it means that 80% of outcomes from 20% of input. For example, right, 80% of the world's GDP came from 20% of the countries. 80% of a company's profit comes from 20% of the businesses. 80% of your business, of your sales, come from 20% of your work. There's one. I was watching a YouTube video of one of KW realtor in America. He says 80% of his profits gained from last year is he got his 80% of his profits came from his 20% of his contact list in his phone. So that's very detailed, and that's what I like. And they always and what I learned about this 80-20, they ask you to challenge. They challenge every organization, every company. So for example, like 80% of that real estate company's profit came from 20% of his agents. So that's what 80-20 means in a sense. So now let's break it down to our work in sales. How can it help you? So in the real estate world, like I said just now, 80% of the homes are sold by 20%. So try to look in, I don't know, Monkiara, I guess, or like, Bangsa, Damansara. Try to be specific, and you'll see there is a relationship, there's a correlation with that statement, in the sense that 80% of the houses sold, for example, in Mutiara Damansara, are sold by 20% of the real estate agents. Any occupation is the real thing. So when it comes to real estate, right, when it comes to our activity, you have to know that there are certain activities that are income generating, and those items and the things what mentioned in the MRA book is leverage, listings, leads. So those things are the main criteria of your work. Now, what we have to do next is focusing on the 20% that matters most. Now, you don't have to master everything, but you just need to master the 20% that gives you the 80%, not 100, but 80%. So for example, if you feel that listings having really great listings contribute to 80% of your profit, then you have to spend a lot of time just doing and gathering listings. If you believe that 80% of your last year's earnings comes from co-agency or referrals, then you have to focus all your energy in building that network. Which means that 20% of your work will generate that 80%. So you can forget about the listings and the leads for now. Not that you don't do, but you focus 80% of your energy to that 20%. Then it will come back. So like I said, this topic is going to be a bit complicated. I know, technical, but yeah, I will try to I want to make it technical. I was struggling whether or not I want to make this topic technical, but I decided to, because I think the more we understand this rule, the more we can filter out the activities that doesn't generate success. The more we can filter out the work, the tasks that we put that doesn't generate success, is the better for us. So I want to get technical. So if you have any questions, please write down. If you need extra clarification, please, Reginald will help me out if there's any questions. All right. So hope that is clear so far. All right. So as I said, so how does it work in practical sense? Write down 10 items that you want to accomplish. You will realize 2 of them will be worth more than the other 8 put together. So yeah, so there are some agents I see that focuses on the big deals when last year, like for example, I see a lot of agents that focuses on 8 million houses, 6 million, 7 million, anything above 5 million houses, right? When last year they make 150,000 like that on selling everything below 1.5 million, for example. But they always dream of the big check, the big booking, the big 3%. But if that does not contribute to what you've earned, 80% of what you earned last year, why are you wasting time trying something? Not to say you shouldn't, but you should still harness what you're good at, sharpen the tools what you have, make yourself really great, and let that growth become organic. That's the idea. It doesn't mean that you have to stop, but it will organically grow if you finally master that set of skills. So yeah, 20% effort, the big rocks, which means the big rocks, I will say later on some more, but literally means the thing that matters, the big activity, the activity that will give you your big goals. All right. Wait, let me drink water. Is everyone still alive? Let me see. I'm reading your comments now. All right. Thanks everyone for replying. I really appreciate. You guys don't understand. It really feels good. It really feels good to see your replies for us here speaking alone in this room and in night, when it really feels like I'm talking to a camera. So when you guys reply, it really feels good. It feels that I'm not crazy yet. Yeah. So please keep on replying, yeah. Like keep on writing down. I need to know I'm not crazy. It's like, when I'm asking questions to a screen and I'm just looking at my eyes asking this question. Oh man. Wait, I need to stop this sharing for a while. I need to never mind, can whatever. All right. So how do I start? So that's the question, right? So now I hope all of you are committed to the 80-20 rule. I hope all of you want to do this. So now, first step we have to do is to make a success list, not to-do list. All right. Now I hope most of you have read the MRA book, and I hope the ones who haven't, try to read it by end of this MCO at least. It's a very easy book. is a very, very interesting book. So what I will share with you, all these steps, it doesn't do justification because I'm not as clever as the people that write those books, but I will try. But my point is, if you're hungry to know more after this, get the book. Ask your coaches, ask your leaders, ask your seniors, where can you get the book from? You can borrow from someone, it doesn't matter. There are people out there who are willing to help you. All right. In for Gary Keller, in Keller Williams, there's a difference between success list and to-do list. Now, to-do list is almost is I'm a victim of that. Until today, I still am a victim of to-do list. To-do list is basically like writing down what you need to do today. So in Keller Williams, what we try to encourage and teach is you do a success list. Instead of writing about everything that you need to do today, just write about what needs to be done. That's all. That needs to be done to achieve your goal. Now remember, you need a goal first. You need a goal first. All right, that's a GPS session, but we'll get there. So there's a quote down there by Gary Keller. There's no prioritization of internal success, therefore they don't make us more productive. What people need are success lists, and the GPS can help move things in the right direction. If you do not have a GPS yet, it's not too late. It's sad, but it's not too late. Get in touch with your coaches, get in touch with your leaders, your friends, anyone. Get in touch with them, ask them about how to do a GPS. If you've done it before, you're not happy with it. If you've done it before, you're not motivated by it, redo it. You always have room to fix it. Nothing is finite. Yeah, so someone wrote that tomorrow morning have training for GPS, right? Please show up. It's very important, okay? All right, so how is an example of a success list over a to-do list? Basically, that picture, that image is a sample of to-do list of someone who wants to run a marathon. So for him to run a marathon, he needs to do 5 things. But a success list, you just circle the most important. And for this person, the most important is selecting a running regimen. That's his success list. And then it goes on to your right. Understand? Make sense? Wait, hold on. Hold on, sorry guys. Wait. All right. So yeah, so that it continues. So under select running regimen, list down 5 things that you need to do to achieve that goal, and then you circle the most important thing. So that's what success list is. Identify the one thing that you can do, that by doing it, everything else is easier or necessary. For example, running a marathon. And the one thing that I can do if I want to run a marathon is, first and foremost, selecting a running regimen. Once I have a running regimen, everything else will become easier. I will get into that pattern. It will become automated. All right. So that's what I say lah. So your to-do list, just circle what you think is the most important to get to your desired goal. If you do not know what is the most important, if you think that you're not sure, again, have someone to help you. Always in Keller Williams, we have one thing that we also preach is that have an accountability partner. Accountability partner will have a good positive accountability partner. Someone that will question you, someone that will urge you, motivate you, someone that challenges you. Now, do not get a friend who is not motivated, because bad energy does not invite good result. So get someone with good energy, and like eventually all the results will come pouring in. All right, next step 2. Right, wait, I'm gonna drink water. Thirsty, sorry. I'm reading your comments. All right, like normally, right? when like the speaker is drinking water, it's a chance for the audience to ask questions so that you have a break for the speaker. But because you guys are just intently listening to me like a TV, there's no like I'm drinking water, like you guys just looking at me drinking water, like I feel like wow, like aquarium like that, quite shy. All right. Yes, thank you. Yes, I'll drink more water. Weather is really hot. Yeah. Yeah, Marcus understands my joke. All right. Any questions so far on step one? I'm looking here because my comments is here. Yeah, I know. 100 people watching me drink water. I know. That's why lah. Ask questions lah. So at least when I drink water, I can look very smart listening to your questions. And let's say, can you go back to step one? All right. Success list, to-do list. You want to take a picture or what? I'm gonna assume you're gonna take a picture lah because I cannot read. Okay. Okay. Are you single and available? Lol. No comment. All right. Okay. Okay. Done with the pictures. I'll tell your wife. Yeah. That's a good hint there. All right. All right, everyone. Step two now. Step two is called 411, which is another important thing in Keller Williams. Now, 411 is so important that you can get the template or the materials to build your own 411 in our system. In our, I think inside the in our Keller Williams resource data pool. So check with your MCA where to get it. It's everywhere. Like I think if you go to those Ignite trainings, they will give you that also. So why 411? Is a tool for you to structure your time, to manage your activity and improve your productivity. Now, all this, yeah, you guys can read. I will show you what it means. Now, first, there's a lot of ways to build 411. This is the way that the official way in Keller Williams, in the resource center, in the resource pool. So how I like to do my 411 is I will have my big goals first. And then I'll break my big goals to more easier lah. I will have a yearly goals, I'll have quarterly goals, then I'll have monthly goals. That's my 411. That's how I do it. And I'm comfortable with that and I understand it perfectly. Now, for most of you or some of you are not familiar or still unsure of doing it, start smaller. You can do a quarterly as your main goal. Like every quarter, how much do you want to make? If you want to make 50,000 every quarter, which means that every month, how much you want to make. Now, if you already have, you break down 50,000 to 3, I don't know, math's not my thing. And then you list down 4 activities every week for you to achieve your monthly goals that could achieve your quarterly goals. I hope I'm right. I really do. That's how I read it. That's how I translate it. And I hope my understanding of it is accurate. If it's not, you can let me know. You can correct me. Please correct me. If you're too shy to correct me now, report to your PC, TC, or your report to anyone. I'm okay, man. I love criticism. Don't get me wrong. I do. I love it. Okay, so let's see how you're gonna do it. So ask yourself this question, all right? What is that you want to accomplish? How are you gonna achieve your goals, and when are you gonna achieve these things? What is very important? That is really, really important. What is something that only you can be motivated by. Nobody can tell you it's wrong, it's right. Nobody. If they are, you can let me know. Correct. So then how you want to go, how are you going to achieve your goal? So this is where the work starts. This is where what kind of activities you need to do, what kind of tasks you need to do. Wait, hold on the question. Wait, and when are you going to achieve these things? Which means that I think this is the most important of all, because a lot of people, they have goals, they have activities, but they don't have measurable. They're not measuring it, in a sense that they do not know, they do not give a timeline when they should complete those tasks. So this is very important to me. I'm reading a question. Have you been with any major broker that undersell to your clients, or you have not experienced that ever? When I think when you, I don't know, when you say undersell, does it mean that selling below market price, or undersell like downplaying the quality of the property? Um, for A, yeah. For B, also yes. Undersell, yeah lah, I think it will be B lah. More like, it's like downplaying, like, oh, selling without your knowledge. No, have I? Oh, my listing, is it? Oh, have you been with maybe like a co-agent once lah, like few long time ago, but that's it. They sold my listing to their client. So, but it happens a lot actually. Does that answer your question? Hope so. Do you want to know more? No? All right. Let's go. Let's proceed with this. All right. So you can, like I said again, there's a way to prevent or to improvise that from happening. I'll be very. Let me tell you. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. How the sentence is supposed to start? Most of the listings I do, or most of my transactions, are lands. So sometimes when you give details of a land, right, it's more than, or a house or a condo, it's more than enough for the other agents to steal that listing from you, because right now it's so easy to get information of the owner. It happens to me, I would say frequent, long time ago. So your question is how to prevent or improve that situation. Is that every time that happens to me, right, I always remember I get very angry. I get very, very sad. But angry mostly, but angry at myself. Angry at myself to how I feel. Like, of course, there's also like happen like a client called me up to view something, and then they don't enjoy being around me or something, and then they call another agent, told the agent this house for sale, and then this agent went, like clients, and I know that, and I also get angry. Or clients actually went direct to the seller, also happened before. And all I can remember is I'm always angry at myself. I'm always angry at myself because I do not blame any of them. If I was a buyer, I go direct. I can imagine if I was a buyer, I can go direct to the owner to get a better deal and going. I can imagine myself doing it. And I don't think, so I don't think that is possible to stop. That's why I always am angry with myself. I'm angry that why it couldn't be me closing the deal. Yeah. So I hope that answers the question. All right, Marcus is reminding me to get back on track. All right, sorry. So this is the template. Yeah, we're finishing. There's another step. There's 3 steps. So this is the template. You can get this from your MCA or your PC or your trainers at your market center. Yeah, there he just showed. Marcus just give you the link there. See how efficient. Next session you should have a session where is I was supporting him. See, I will feel, man. Anyways, right. So I'll share with you this. I posted this long time ago. I'll share with you something. This is not a quote. This is actually a research made. So it was down there, and only 8% of people achieve their goals after writing them down. So the university was trying to understand why less people are achieving the goals that's being written down. So one of the things that we believe in Keller Williams is that there's a way to make yourself more accountable in achieving your goals. If that makes sense. That's life experience. Soon you learn to be smart. Yeah, of course. That's why I started by saying, to answer that, it happened frequently long time ago. It doesn't happen anymore. Yeah. I don't think I can remember one happened like the last 2 years, 3 years, I guess. But when I was starting out, when I was young, yeah, it happens so much. But just get angry at myself, then get better. Slowly move forward, right? That's what I learned in movies. Step 3, time blocking. Enjoy the cartoon for the comic for a while. This Dilbert for some of you. Yeah. So time blocking. Time blocking is very important. Time blocking is one thing I love about Keller Williams. Before we were introduced to this concept, I always feel like I always have excuse to everything because I'm always disciplined, or there are certain times nobody can disturb me on, and I don't like it if they do. I always thought the reason because is that I'm arrogant. I did. But then when this concept is introduced, then I learned it's called time blocking, and I realized, oh, that's what I've been doing, and I like it. I like time blocking. Time blocking is so important. It makes you focus on the things that matter, and it makes you concentrate when it matters, and it makes you more productive, like in general. All right. So 4 methods of time blocking. Be consistent enough to develop the habit. All right, you guys can read this. Always focus on your big rocks. So the thing about time blocking, right? I see a lot of people schedule out their day from morning to evening to work. I think that's not right because it will create exhaustion and boredom, and you will get very tired of doing the same thing like a factory. You guys have to remember the reason why you join real estate is to have freedom. I guess, yeah. Let's start with that. Let's go with that. The reason you join real estate should be because of the freedom to earn, freedom to yourself, freedom to your family. And if it's not, that's what people keep on telling us. That's what people keep on, reminding us. As a real estate agent, you enjoy time, money, freedom. So if you work like how you work in a factory or in an office area whereby you check in at 8, check out at 5 or 7, or I think you have failed to benefit. I think you have failed to enjoy the benefit of real estate. I think if your working hours are no different than people who are working in a company, you are not enjoying what real estate can offer to you. And that's why when I see agents who does that, I find it sad lah, because like for me, I don't answer or pick up calls between 12 to 2, and I don't call clients either between 12 to 2 unless it's really urgent lah, unless it's really urgent lah. But of course there's always a caveat to everything, but that's one thing I time block. And I don't like to pick up calls after 6. I don't. I try not to, because I don't know why. I believe, and this is the 80-20 rule. 80% of my clients don't, like 80% of my earnings come from the 20% of my clients who don't call me at night. That's me. And I like to enjoy my nights watching TV, be at home, be with my family. I really do. I appreciate those times a lot. And I appreciate my 2 hours lunch. I do that. I like that. So I don't, so that's time block for me. But last time I thought that was just me being not productive or arrogant. But I realized that's what time blocking means to me. After 6. So so in that case, you're right. So they will tell me early on. They will tell me that they will call me after 6 or evening times and I'll be ready. That is okay. Like there was once I had a client who's based in South America. So I had to, so they are 13 hours behind us. So like 10 p.m. is their 9 a.m. So I had to call at midnight. It's their 11 a.m. Yeah. So it's not to say again everything. I don't believe in absolutes either. There's no such thing as absolutes. There's always a caveat to everything. And if the situation comes to it, if of course you have to make provisions lah. You have to be flexible enough. But in general, if I have like a random strange call at night, I tend to not pick up. I will call the next day, or I will send them a text saying that I'm sorry, I can't pick up right now. But WhatsApps I can entertain lah. Yeah, my choice. Correct. I don't know what I mean. Of course, it's my choice. Yeah, but my choice paid off lah most of the time, I think. Anyway, right. So that's time blocking. Now everyone can have a different way to time block. My way is my way. Your way is your way. But the thing is, as I said in the beginning of this, you have a lot of things going on in your life. You have to learn to segmentize and prioritize. Even in our family, also in Keller Williams, family comes first. So you have to time block your time with your family. You have to time block the time for yourself, for you to improve yourself, for you to get fit, get smart, get understanding. The world is crazy and insane right now. It's good for you to read more. So if you time block about self-development, then the time that you have left, you can do it for work. You don't need 5 hours to exercise. You just need half an hour to 1 hour. But the point is to have the time set in your mind. What time is work? I know, like our best agents in this company, and I know this. I'm not gonna name names. I know is our best agents wakes up 8 a.m. and some at 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. The first thing they do is that they start lead generation and start calling clients, and their result is in the pudding. Their result is proof that their method works. So unless you got a better method, then do yours. If your current method doesn't work, then try to change it, try to improve it. It should be flexible. Probably, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. It has to be flexible. But the best thing about time blocking is when you have the time, and if you didn't time block and you have the time, you do not know what to do. Because you're so flexible, right? You just want to see where the wind blows. But then when the wind is not blowing anywhere for that particular day, for that particular hour, what you want to do if you do not plan it ahead? So like 5 o'clock, I have to like for me 5:30 or 6, like 5:30 to 6:30, I will do my small exercise lah. But so I don't know if I live flexibly. But if got a client call, of course I don't do. If client ask for a meet, of course I don't go exercise lah. I go for a client's meet. But again, I don't think real estate is that. For me, in my business, my real estate business has given me the luxury of flexible and luxury of scheduling my appointments away from what matters to me. That's the whole point, like structuring it away from what matters to you. Like I don't, until now, and my wife is angry at me at this, I don't make appointments during rush hour. She thinks that I'm not working hard enough, but I don't know why. That's just me. So like I don't like to get into the jam, but up to you guys lah. Do whatever you need to do. Right now, if you have your time block, protect your time block. How you can protect your time block? Build a bunker, a space, a room, office, headphones. If you don't have any space, just to focus you in a car. Store provision, so at least you don't go out to at least get drinks and all. Sweet for minds, distraction, comfort, sofa, bed, whatever lah, cats, dogs. Try to not have any distraction. And support. The last one is very important, and need support. Coach, team, friends, family. So tell your partner, tell your kids to give you some time for half an hour on a particular day. Like don't disturb me from 9 to 9:30 for a while. I'll be out in 9:30. So Those things, those small things is incremental. It will help you in getting what you want. So right now, for example, right, since you all cannot go do viewings, it's the best time to do lead generation. It's the best time to do touch base with your clients, your do to learn about Keller Williams. So this is the best time for you to time block lah, to for you to create this system, to get used to this system. Every great journey starts from a single step. I think I'm paraphrasing someone, but you know what I mean. So try lah. Okay, all right. So focus with the 411. So this is basically towards the end of my slide. Right, I'm almost done. Focus with the 411. Set smart goals. Smart means this is what this is the anagram amalgamation of smart. Is it? I can't remember anymore. Anagram, pintogram. I can't remember. Specific, measure, action, result, time bound, right? And create a powerful productivity tool. GPS is one. GPS is very powerful. So tomorrow, get standby for GPS. Okay, the 3 commitments required for extraordinary results. I spent a bit of time doing effects on this because it's the end. So, all right. Mastery. From E to P. E to P means from entrepreneur to kind of purposeful, something like that. Yeah, from entrepreneur to purposeful. Yeah. So have a, which means that what you're doing has to mean more, and be accountable. Take ownership of your outcomes. Yes. Being a victim won't work. You will always lose if you be a victim. I'm lucky. I was raised up by people who give me the sense of in the sense that I always have to question myself. I'm lucky that I grew up in a. I don't blame people for what happened. I try to fix things and improve things and try to be better. I look for tomorrow. So if you feel that being victim always works, then yeah, go for it lah. Nobody will say you're wrong. All right, last one. Now, before the end, list one action you will take of a result. So basically, you can write down your aha in not on the chat group. If you don't need to, write down on a piece of paper or on your phone next to you. Text your coach, text your PC. List at least one action you will take as a result of what you've learned. You can write your aha, write that I want to start doing GPS tomorrow. I want to learn about the 6PP tomorrow. I want to learn about the 6PP now. I want to do 411 now. So just write down if you are motivated. All right, that comes the end of my show. All right, anyone have any questions? Anyone? All right, since there's no question, well, my session is from 9 to 10, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I got 6 minutes. Can you share your worst experience that you even experienced from your real estate journey? Client don't want to pay commission, or they change their mind about your commission, or they decide to cut the commission like after signing the SMP, or they ask to refund what, it's always commission based lah for me. So it's never about relationship with other people, because I always keep, when it comes to quick agency for me, I always keep a very, very, very pragmatic side, in the sense that I want to get the deal done. So I really don't care whether or not the other person is difficult. I don't care. I will do whatever it takes. That's how I work. So for me, when it's cool, but when it comes to commission, that is the most worst experience lah. Especially like when you thought everything is good, everything is run, sign SMP, and then after that they ask for the commission back. That's not nice. Seems like a very quiet room you have tonight. In my room, yeah, I'm alone. But in this room, yes, also, I feel alone. Yeah, is that answer you, Jeff? That does that answer you, Jeff? The worst experience, I hope so. How do you generally spend your day? As in, what is your daily routine? I don't mind sharing. I don't mind. Thanks for the question, Jordan. Good question. Um, I wake up at 9, um, just in time for our morning session. Then after that, first thing I'll do is that I will follow up with all my current cases in the pipeline. That's what I'll do. So we have this thing on command and all that you can check it out. I will follow up with everyone all the leads or all the clients that is in that pipeline. So to see whether or not, like especially now MCO, right? To see whether they are still interested, to see whether like if they already give the booking lah, to check, to tell them like, certain things are still questioning and everything. And then by 11:30 like that, I will stop. So that give me 1 hour, 1.5 hours. Right, that's my daily. So 12 to 2, I 12 to 2 I will watch TV. Like now MCO lah, I watch TV, eat whatever from the fridge. I lazy to cook for lunch because yeah. I'm telling you guys a story about my life, interesting. I feel so self-absorbed. Then after that 2 o'clock onwards, I will make calls. If I don't make calls, then I will do listing. I will check the listings I have in iProperty or other agents listings. See what listings that I failed to get. Like if it's a general listing, I have no issue lah. Then by 5:30, I will go out running, and then come back home. I run outside because we can run. Government say can, so I do. And then that's it. And then now I'm here. So like just now Alicia say like I'm very strict, or someone say I'm very strict with my time, right? Yes, at night I watch TV, but now I have to do this. So flexible lah. Of course, everyone caveat in everything. Not everything's absolute. Have a guide or don't know what you're gonna do, but then you can just move things around, move the pieces around. That's fine. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I hope that answers your question, Jordan. Regional say I have time, so ask all your questions. I will go to them one by one because what people know me for is to talk by myself. Do you believe in hard sell? Yes, I do. I do believe in hard sell. I think hard sell is amazing. But I have a problem. So the challenge for me is trying to differentiate, or like trying to separate hard sell and desperation. Because hard sell, right, always have the smell of desperation. So one thing I'm trying to get better is trying to hard sell without the smell of desperation. I hope that makes sense. Like it's impossible for you to hear someone hard selling, right, without having that doubt in your mind that that person is desperate to sell this hard. So what I've learned when I watch like all these professional real estate agents, especially from the West, right, because their English is so powerful, they hard sell with facts, not with emotions, not with sentiments. They don't hard sell, the price here will get better by tomorrow. Your rental income the next 5 years, blah blah blah. Like, but over in the West, like how Americans do it, right? Especially you can watch this show lah, like in all these property shows on TV, is full of facts and data. Like you cannot argue with them. And don't you feel that when your client is smarter than you, when you try to hard sell to your client and they are smarter than you feel stupid? So that's what I'm trying to improve on, trying to split the desperation and the hard selling. Can you share, from Shariman, can you share your experience when you first start this career? Yeah, I wanted, so, when you first, I joined real estate at 25. So now I'm 35, 10 years, right? Before I was in real estate, after college, not after college, basically, I studied economics. So I was from KPMG, then Ministry of Finance, and then I went private sector as a business analyst or strategy planning. I was doing really well at 24. I was a manager. I had my own department. I was heading business analyst department. And then I just had enough. I don't like that routine. I don't like being a robot. I don't like that without that freedom. So I just joined real estate law. And when I joined, full disclosure, in 2011, it's easier than now. I'll be very honest. Like, people that joined real estate in 2001 is easier than 2011. People that joined real estate in 2011 is easier than 2021. That's the reality. Nobody can, whatever I've learned then, only half I can bring now. I have to constantly change, constantly improve. So um, that time it wasn't that hard because competition was not like now. It was easier to advertise, to sell. People were more professional. There's not as much scammers like now. So in terms of my experience, it was great, but it was not more. But Shariman, I will highlight my journey in real estate, right, has changed me not so much in my business side of things, but it's changed me personally. I became a better person because as a real estate, you have to know to listen. You have to be empathetic, understand your client. So real estate changed me so much as a person more than it changed me as in my business life. So what I've experienced personally was tough because ups and downs, but my experience in real estate was awesome, was great. It's like a roller coaster, Every day is exciting. So yeah, if it's in detail, it'll be too much. It'll be too much. But if there's not enough questions, then I will answer back to you in detail my experience on my first day at work. Yeah, Jordan. Basically, you have just listed down my life. Like, Alicia, I get you. My represent is via hard sell, but I wonder what is it's more persistence. Yeah, I mean the fact that you can separate that in your mind, that's a benefit, that's an advantage. I can't even separate that in my own mind. That's why people can smell it. So my challenge, my issue is that myself, remember, I don't care about the world as much as I care about whether or not I get better. I do not have any burden or expectations on anyone to be better. I really never. I don't. I mean, you ask people who knows me, who knows me from MC3. I never ask for anything. I think so. I don't. I always ask for myself more. If someone don't give me something, it's not because they are unfair. It's because I haven't earned it. I always believe in that. So people can say whatever they want lah. That's why it doesn't affect me anything because I know it's me who has to improve, not you. Do you have a miracle story? Wow, miracle story of losing him and her and winning them over after. This is in business or in relationship? Sounds like a love story. Business.
Is that deal? Did
Okay.
you have a deal that you almost lost and then you somehow got them back?
Oh. Uh, if I think this long, right, the answer is a yes. I'm just trying to think which case I want to tell you. Yes, I have. Um. Oh. Well, I took a flight to Kota Baru for one day, trying to save a deal. There was once I had a land. I think there was six. Names on the land. So one of the brother is based in Australia. Don't want to sign the SNP. The other five try to convince, cannot. And then I thought lose really lah. And then I won a contest from Maybank to go Brisbane, Gold Coast for free on a flight and hotel. I thought, wow, miracle. I think that's a good miracle. And then I took the opportunity, to convince my client in Australia and Maybank paid for that. Because they just started debit card at the time, and whoever used debit card the most gets a free trip by Maybank. No joke, man. That was a miracle. That was really a miracle. Yeah. I'm thinking about that miracle now. Wow, yeah, thanks. All right, just sharing. I undercut once 18 years old, remember the person I do it to. It's why I wanted more free gift. I regretted that. Yeah, that's good. The fact that the fact that it reminded you of that thing makes you a better person. The thing is, right, we normally always are hard on ourselves in a sense that, like, it's either that we don't recognize the things that we did wrong, or we don't recognize the things that we did good. But if you can recognize your flaws and your achievement, you are already on track to become a really good salesperson. Just stay strong. It's tough for everyone. It is. MCO COVID is not helpful for anyone. It's really, really tough. So just stay strong, stay positive. Any stuff, if you cannot, talk to your coaches, talk to your friends, it's good to have colleagues. You have to stay positive. Um, I mean, like, the cases today is like 5,000, 2 days in a row, right? So, if you believe in prayers, pray that this COVID or this MCO will be lifted lah, so at least you can go out and do viewings again. Because right now, even lawyers, I talked to one lawyer just now for another case, even now also they cannot plan for executing the SNP. Like, that's how, like, stuck we are. Like, a client of mine can't even, like already, like, they cannot sign the SMP, like, it's done already before MCO, but cannot. So it's tough. So it's tough for everyone. It's tough for everyone. And if you feel that you are in a situation that is difficult and challenging, talk to someone. You're not alone. Nobody is alone. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Oh man, I like to ask for help. One thing about me, people are so annoyed by me because I always ask for help. I ask a lot of questions. I think even Jonathan also get tired of my questions because I just cannot stop asking. So that's what makes me happy, I guess. Right. So, any other question? Yes, needs to pray hard. Correct. So, we're gonna get to vaccination now. So, if you know anyone who's still hesitant about it, try to convince them lah. Do your part. Right. Any other questions before we end our session? Before we pass to regional, one last question. I'm gonna assume, unless you type very slow. All right, guys. Thank you for your time. I enjoy talking to you all very much. I can see from your faces and your reaction, all of you are just so excited to hear me. All right, thank you guys. Now I'll pass to regional. Regional, you guys want to take over?
Yep. Give us a second.
Sure. I can still be here. You guys can enjoy looking at my face. I wanted to put a filter just now, but I decided, just to be honest, my house is not this nice. But my face is this nice. Lol. Thanks everyone. Thanks for the compliment. Thank you for the compliment, everyone. I really like the compliments. Thank you so much. While waiting for regional, you guys can,
Okay, so some announcements to make. So on tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll be having a resetting of your GPS. And on the 10th of June, we'll have a shift tactic 1 at 2 to 5 p.m. Okay, thanks. Okay, so the National Consumer Campaign, just to emphasize again, you can get the touch points and download it from Workplace Review Happenings. Okay, so just to bring it up again, we have our Red Day with Marco. And so just to reiterate again, it's to the underprivileged who aim to raise 100 laptops or computers to these students so that they can learn away from their classrooms. And so if you don't have any laptops or computers, there is also a cash donation option available. So the details are shown on the screen. So there's two ways to do it, computer donation and cash donation. Thank you so much. Okay. So currently we're at 31 computers that we've collected, and we've successfully raised $9,754. Okay, next. All right. Thank you so much for joining our session today. Thank you so much, guys. Good night.
Oh,